Fayetteville Technical Community College inductees, on behalf of myself, the entire national staff, and nearly 1 million alumni, welcome to the National Technical Honor Society. It's an absolute privilege to be here with you all virtually today to celebrate excellence in career and technical education together. In the challenging times that we're all in, you all have shown how much you value the experience that you're getting in CTE and the importance of learning a skill. And I just want to give a huge thank you to the NTHS advisors and current members for ensuring that regardless of whatever's going on in the world, that today the top career and technical education students in your college get the recognition and opportunity that they've worked so hard for. I also want to give a very special thank you to Dr. Larry Keene, who's president of Fayetteville Tech and who has provided tireless service to the National Technical Honor Society and members all across the country as president of our board of directors. And students who are getting inducted today, I want to thank you for continuing to pursue your technical education even in the face of adversity. The students we're recognizing today are the students who are going to be the leaders and the builders, the creators and the innovators and the game changers of tomorrow's workforce. I'm so proud that each of you have chosen to be a part of career and technical education and to take the time to learn a skill that can help you further your career, a skill that you can use in your daily life, a skill that no one will ever be able to take away from you. And because of your decision to enroll in CTE classes, you all are going to be incredibly well prepared for success. You know, at NTHS, we're so proud to help recognize and honor each and every one of you for the hard work you've put into not just being skilled, not just to gaining knowledge, but to being truly excellent in your craft. Now, in order to be inducted, your instructors must have seen in you the 7 attributes that we stand for in the National Technical Honor Society: honesty, responsibility, service, leadership, citizenship, scholarship, and skill. As NTHS members, it's our duty to uphold these attributes, not just in school, but in our communities and our workplace. These attributes reflect our ability to engage effectively with others, to use our knowledge and skill to lead and serve. Now, all of these attributes are essential for each one of us, but tonight I don't have time to dive into each one, so I want to focus on one that means something particularly well to me, and that's skill. Now, growing up, I had a great example of what I thought a thoroughly educated and well-accomplished person should look like. It was my dad. He was an engineer, an architect, a physicist, a farmer, an entrepreneur. I mean, the man could do anything. He even designed and built his own house. With his own 2 hands, he cut every board and he drove every nail. He was the owner, the accountant, and the mechanic for businesses that he built from the ground up. Businesses that for nearly 50 years have supported our family and given him the ability to do the work that he loves. Now, growing up, we never had a repairman on speed dial. You see, my dad, he was the help desk and the support technician. If something was broke, he would fix it. If he didn't have the tools to fix it, well, he'd find a way to make the tool. Now, let me ask you this question. How many of you have ever bought something that you had to assemble before? Maybe it was a piece of furniture from IKEA or a children's playset? Anybody out there? Okay, then you probably know that moment when you open up the box and you find that piece of paper that has the word instructions written across the top of it. Now, how many are guilty of taking that piece of paper and throwing it off to the side? Nah, I don't need that. And then about 15 minutes later, we're shuffling through the cardboard and the bubble wrap, trying to find that piece of paper so we can figure out what in the world we're supposed to do. Anyone ever done that before? I know I have a million times. Well, growing up, my dad used to always say that he didn't want the instructions. Not that he didn't need them, but he didn't want them. And I always thought it was because he wanted to look tough and smart, that he could put it together without any guidance at all. But what I soon came to realize is that there was a difference between not wanting the instructions and not needing them. He didn't want the instructions because he wanted to take the time to figure out how and why something worked together the way it did. He didn't want to accept that it simply worked just because. He wanted to understand the how and the why behind it. And that gave him the ability to create, to innovate. He could create things like this wooden bowl behind me, made out of black walnut. That's a big one, and you could create this little one too, out of the same blank of wood, nonetheless. How did he do that? Well, he did it with this machine. Now, if I asked you what you could do with an old lawnmower motor, a pile of scrap metal, some random pulleys, and a power takeoff drive shaft, you'd probably say, Peyton, that sounds like a great load of stuff to take to the dump. I really doubt you'd say, Peyton, I'm going to create a machine that looks like it's about to hurl a large block of wood in my direction at a high rate of speed. My dad, given that same list of ingredients, saw the potential to do something different. He saw the ability to create something that could turn this bowl or that bowl in a matter of minutes, a process that would normally take hours to do. Now, to create a machine like that, you need a team of engineers, physicists, and mathematicians, and they'd have to rely on computers to design it. My dad, he walked out to that pile of scrap parts with a pencil and a piece of paper, and through his knowledge, his imagination, and his skill, he created that machine. You see, he was the engineer, he was the physicist, he was the mathematician, and he was also the welder, the mechanic, and the woodworker. And he was exceptional in all of those things. And get this, he was exceptional in all of those things with a high school diploma. Now you're probably saying, Peyton, whoa, wait a minute. You just listed a lot of lofty titles that I know come with a 4-year degree. How in the world could someone with a high school diploma have all those titles? Well, it's simple. Because for his entire life, my dad has been hungry to learn every skill that he possibly could, from any source that he could. He would take jobs that would give him a chance to learn something new. He would work with people who knew how to do things that he didn't. He would find things that were broken just to be able to try to fix it. Now, he didn't have the opportunity to go to an incredible school like Fayetteville Tech, but he stayed hungry enough to learn the skills he needed to find the success he wanted. And as a result of that, there have been very few limitations that my dad hasn't been able to overcome because of his knowledge, his imagination, and his skill. Now, without skill, there were just ideas and theories. Skill allowed my dad to put ideas into motions. It was the critical component that allowed him to be able to innovate and to create. Now, with all of those three things in place, there wasn't a challenge that he couldn't figure out a way to overcome. Whether it was building his house himself, repairing large engines and heavy equipment, or creating tools to fix problems that no other tool could. That combination of knowledge, imagination, and skill, that can empower you to achieve incredible things in your life. And tonight, you're all being inducted into the National Technical Honor Society because you have that same hunger to learn a skill that my dad did, the hunger to pursue a path at Fayetteville Tech that would lead you to success. Now, the skills that you've all learned in your time in CTE are some of the most valuable components that you will take from any of your time in education. And they're going to travel with you from career to career and anywhere you go in life. Those skills show your commitment and your dedication to becoming excellent in a craft and your ability to master competencies that, frankly, few others will. And though we sit here tonight to celebrate the high level of skill that you've obtained, I want to challenge you to be like my dad, to not stop pursuing skill, to let tonight's celebration be the beginning, the foundation of the skill sets upon which you'll build a career that you love and start a lifelong journey of continuous growth. Stay hungry to always learn more, and take every opportunity you can to learn any new skill that's presented to you. And even though you may not know how you'll use that skill right now, you'll figure it out eventually. Now, to help quench your thirst for skill, I want to remind you that the National Technical Honor Society provides nearly $300,000 a year in scholarships to support our members who want to continue their education and continue their skill development. And all of our current members and new inductees, you're eligible to apply for those scholarships right now. You're also going to have access to benefits like letters of recommendation, partner discounts, and by the end of this year, we're going to unveil a new platform that'll give you the opportunity to explore careers, develop employability skills, and even connect with employers. We believe in you, and we want to support you in any way that we can. So as I get ready to close, I just have one small favor I want to ask of you. As a member of NTHS, as a skilled craftsperson, I want to challenge you to celebrate skill wherever you see it. Far too often, skill is not celebrated or recognized to the level that degrees hanging on a wall are. I want to challenge you to tell the story of how skill has impacted your life so that others can understand that the path to success can come with a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, an apprenticeship certificate, a credential through on-the-job training. There's so many paths to success. And there are too many students out there trying to find their way and they don't know where to look. You all are the ambassadors for skill, and you can have a significant impact on the workforce by sharing your story and by sharing the incredible impact that Fayetteville Tech has had on you. And always know that NTHS exists to support and celebrate you. We want to help share your stories. We want to help people understand where the skills are coming from that are building our collective future as a country. So please share your successes with us, whether it's education or industry. We want to know what you're up to because we know that you're the future of our workforce. Our nation has and always will rely on CTE to keep us moving forward. From our healthcare experts who take care of us, to our construction craft experts who build critical infrastructure, our technology experts who keep us all communicating and working, every aspect of CTE is and always will be essential. And I feel so confident knowing that you all are the future of our workforce. So on behalf of the entire national staff, I want to thank you for the hard work and commitment that you've put into embodying the 7 attributes of our organization. Congratulations and welcome to the National Technical Honor Society.
Please welcome our guest speaker, President of Fayetteville Technical Community College and immediate past President of the Board of Directors for the National Technical Honor Society, Dr. Larry Keene.
Good day. We recognize the accomplishments of a group of outstanding career and technical education students who have put forth tremendous effort and shown great aptitude in their chosen trade area. Induction into the National Technical Honor Society is one of the highest accomplishments that can be bestowed upon a career and technical education student. The National Technical Honor Society was created to bring honor and recognition to one of the most critical segments of education, career and technical education. The organization awards nearly $300,000 in scholarships each year. NTHS believes in empowering and supporting students in their quest to master a skill and embark on a career that they love, and so does Fayetteville Tech. We are pleased that so many of you saw it important to receive acknowledgement for your hard work, even despite the pandemic. Today, we invite you all to join us in celebrating these students and supporting the time-honored purposes of the National Technical Honor Society.
The official emblem of the organization is made up of a shield crossed by a scroll bearing the letters NTHS. Above the shield is a head of an American bald eagle with a wreath of 7 stars circling the eagle's head. The shield represents the individual member. The line running through the shield represents a straight plume line, fundamental to building a life and career upon a good foundation. The bald eagle's head represents the United States of America and the individual's freedom of career choice. The wreath of 7 stars represents the 7 attributes of the NTHS member and the individual NTHS chapters throughout the U.S. The official insignia of the organization, which is used on all charters, membership certificates, documents, and stationery, is made up of the official NTHS emblem as its central figure and also an arch upon which are inscribed the 7 attributes of the membership: skill, scholarship, honesty, responsibility, service, leadership, and citizenship. The year the society was established, 1984, and the motto of the organization. The arch itself represents the student's passage from college or school into the workforce. The steps represent the preparation necessary to make that transition. The motto of the National Technical Honor Society is "Success favors the prepared mind." The slogan of the National Technical Honor Society is "Excellence in America's workforce begins with excellence in workforce education." In the center of the table is a lighted candle representing knowledge. Knowledge is awareness or understanding gained through experience or study. This candle represents the knowledge you have gained through experience and study in your technical program. The first member attribute is skill. Skill is the use of knowledge to develop great ability and expertness necessary to make a positive difference in a particular occupational field. The second attribute is honesty. Honesty is a quality of being truthful, trustworthy, and fair with everyone while at work or play. The third attribute is service. Service is giving assistance and being ready and able to provide a helpful and useful act. The fourth attribute is responsibility. Responsibility involves the ability to act without guidance or superior authority and being answerable for your action. The fifth member attribute is scholarship. Scholarship is a distinctive mark of one who has mastered an area of learning as reflected in the quality of his or her work, especially with the respect to scope, thoroughness, and care. The sixth attribute is citizenship. Citizenship is being entitled with full civil rights and exercising the duties, rights, and privileges of this status. The seventh member attribute is leadership. Leadership is a responsibility of serving as a guiding force and directing the way by going first with courage and confidence. Members, I hope you recognize these 7 attributes in yourself and value these qualities that make you eligible for membership in the National Technical Honor Society. Now to induct and recognize our new National Technical Honor Society members, the following students embody the attributes of our organization and represent excellence in career and technical education. Amadison Camacho, Technical Support. Kia Campbell, Technical Support. Osvacina Diaz, Surgical Technology. Thelma Majette, Network Systems. Terry Webster, Network Systems. Vincent Castano, Information Technology. Carolyn Lattimore, Advertising Marketing. Tashina Korpanen, Network Systems. Michaela McLean, Information Technology. Jeremy Page, Accounting Finance. Citronella Todd, Culinary Food Service. Devonna McFall, Law Enforcement. Baju Sebastian, Drafting. Deborah Smith, Advertising Marketing. Heidi Evans, Early Childhood Education. Tanya Fairley, Medical Administration, Billing and Coding. Darcy Ross, Law Enforcement. Tana Longanet, Packaging Technology. Glenisha McCrae, Nursing. Charlene White, Accounting. Nakisha Locklear, Nursing. Inductees, you are now members of the National Technical Honor Society. Please confirm this by reciting your pledge of membership. As a member of the National Technical Honor Society, I pledge to maintain the highest standard of personal conduct. I will apply myself to continue a record of scholastic achievement, and I will strive for excellence in all aspects of my education. I will invest my talents, my skills, and my knowledge in a career of my own choosing, and shall always endeavor to uphold my obligations as a citizen of my community and my country. I now declare you duly inducted as members of the National Technical Honor Society.
On behalf of Fayetteville Technical Community College, we would like to congratulate all of you on your hard work and installation into the National Technical Honor Society. This is an honor that exemplifies your commitment and determination. Wear it proudly and carry it with you throughout your education and your career. Congratulations and welcome to the National Technical Honor Society.